Hey guys, my name is Alicia, and if you don't know who I am, I basically thrift and sell vintage clothing. And tonight, I'm actually preparing for the Hippie Market, which is tomorrow. It's essentially this really cool like outdoor market where there's a bunch of like vendors and they all sell secondhand, handmade, like recycled clothing. I've actually vlogged it before, so you can watch those videos of past hippie markets. But I actually only found out that I was doing this market like a few days ago, so I kind of like had to last minute put everything together, hence like doing it the night before. So let me show you what my disaster of a room looks like right now. Basically what I do is I just take out all my bins of clothes and pull out whatever I want to take with me. And it gets really messy. This is like most of the stuff I'm actually taking. It's like insane. So tonight I basically have to put everything on hangers and price all the stuff that doesn't have prices because that all needs to be ready for tomorrow. So wish me luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. This is my outfit of the day. As you can see, all the clothes are gone and packed up, so let's go. Here's the setup. Here's my mom. Okay, so this time I decided to go with the smaller spot, and I feel like I made it work pretty well with the double rack. I could fit pretty much everything I brought last time, and I think it still works. Okay, Mom, I want you to choose one item that you think is gonna sell today. We got to take bets on it. This one? I don't know. Like 100%, you know? These jeans, okay.
A bucket hat. A bucket hat.
Okay, I'm gonna choose which ones I think are gonna be like 100% sellers. It's too much pressure. I think for sure, I think this one's gonna sell for sure. We'll see about that. Maybe this bucket hat, hopefully. I know what my other pick was. I think
we need to take this out.
I know, this is a popular one.
This needs to come out.
This is a popular one. I think this one.
Really?
This one's gonna sell. Yeah. Just made our first sale of the day. It was for a jacket, which is so funny because that's what I sold last time. The first sale of the day last time was a jacket, so we're doing good. Look who showed up.
What's up?
Do you want to show them what you bought?
Yes.
Wow. So cute. It's very you. Look who decided to show up.
We're here, we're checking the inventory.
Yeah.
Everything's in order.
Yep. Quality check.
I'm checking all the things that I was there when you purchased.
Yep.
Oh no.
All the memories. Okay, so we're more than halfway through. We're doing amazing. Dare I say we might be doing even better than the last market, which is saying a lot. I decided to do this $20 short spin, and honestly I think it's really paid off because people are really looking at the shorts, and I've already sold a couple of them and then sold a couple jackets, a couple bucket hats, so that's all that's left. Sold a couple bandanas. Honestly, I'm really liking this setup. My mom has been my #1 salesperson, honestly. She's been so good.
I think I'm doing okay. Right?
You're doing good. Okay, so market is coming to a close. I'm gonna get the car right now because it's getting really busy with everyone packing up. But today was a mega success. Like I said, I think this is by far my best market ever, even with the small spot, which was cheaper. I actually really like the setup, so very exciting. That is a wrap. Gotta put everything away now. Into the bins. Alright, so it has been a few days since the hippie market, and of course I'm gonna go into detail with you guys and let you know exactly how much money I made, because this was actually my best market of all time, which was amazing. But besides the money, honestly, just the whole vibe and like everybody I met that day was just like so freaking nice, and it's just like so rewarding meeting people and talking to people. And there's something about the hippie market that the community and the vibes there are just unmatched. It's honestly just a great environment. So that's my Tamagotchi. So of course I wanted to say thank you to anyone who came by or bought something. Truly, it means so much to me. And I feel like with every market I end up learning something new to take with me the next time, and I feel like I'm at a really good point where I've kind of figured out, you know, what to bring, how much to bring, and just like a really good setup that's gonna give you the best value for my time, I guess. Because this time I actually went with the smaller setup, and I feel like it just ended up being better overall, even though it was the cheaper option. If you guys watched my last hippie market vlog, you'll know that I paid for the large spot, which was about $175, I believe. And although that was really fun, and like I don't regret doing that, it just wasn't the best value for me, considering I just don't have as much inventory compared to other people, even though I brought like mostly everything I had. I think to make the big booth worth it, you need to jam pack every side of that tent with clothes so that you have a higher chance of selling more things, and for me that just wasn't possible. So this time with the smaller setup, I was able to bring the same amount of things, if not more, and still fit it into a smaller setup that still ended up working really well. So I'm really glad I did that, and I think that's one of the major reasons why this ended up being my best market financially. So this time I actually ended up selling 20 different items, which I think is technically less than my last market, but like I said, I got a lot more value out of this one. So I actually ended up selling 3 of my rework jackets, which was amazing because those are pretty big profit margins for me. And then I sold a lot of my handmade items. So I sold a bucket hat, I sold a couple pet bandanas, hair bandana, that sort of thing. So that was really awesome too, because it's so cool to know that people are like into the things that I hand make, and that like all the work of making them is worth it. And it's so funny because last time with the larger setup, I was able to have an entire table to display all my handmade goods, and I think I ended up selling more this time, even though I didn't really have spots for them. I just kind of had them like hanging randomly. I genuinely think more people were interested in them this time around. So like I said, I just prefer this setup, honestly. I ended up selling a couple of dresses, which was really good, and then I ended up selling 3 pairs of shorts, which isn't a lot for summertime, but once again, if you watched my last hippie market vlog, you'll know that that's more than I was expecting. And then like I predicted, I mostly sold tops. I don't know what it is, but at markets people love like t-shirts, sweaters, button-ups, that kind of thing. So I made sure to bring like as many as I could this time, once again learning from my past markets. And it's so funny because if you guys watched my thrift with me video from last week, I thrifted this like 80s pattern button-up, which did actually end up selling at this market, which was really cool. But in that video I talked about how people weren't into like the floral prints, but then 2 of my floral print button-ups ended up selling at the market, so I just thought that was really funny. But I'm not going to go into detail about every single thing I sold. If you guys want to know exactly what I sold and how much money I made off of each item, then you're gonna have to wait for my what sold video at the end of the month, which should be coming out next week. But now let's get into the numbers. So how much money did I actually end up making? So I ended up grossing $615, which was amazing and a lot of money. But of course, that is not how much money I actually ended up making, because we do have a few expenses to consider. So our first expense is our cost of goods. That is basically how much I paid for each item that ended up selling, and this ended up being about $110. Definitely our biggest expense of the day, but honestly really not that bad. Next up is our market fee. This ended up being $95 because I did end up going with the smaller spot, so I definitely saved a ton of money there. Next up we have gas, of course. It did cost us gas to get there. That was about $20. Then once we arrived, we had to pay for parking, which was only $8, so really cannot complain about that. And this time I didn't buy a lunch, so that definitely helped keep costs low, meaning that at the end of the day I actually ended up making $381.51. So I was honestly so surprised by this number and like so happy, because I feel like these markets are honestly so much work, and the last couple ones I've done, I feel like it's just like barely been worth it, you know what I mean? I feel like this was the first time where I was honestly like thoroughly impressed and was like, yes, this was like 100% worth it, no doubt about it. So it honestly just feels really good to be rewarded for all the work I've done and put into this, and it's not even counting, you know, the hours I spent to like source all these items and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm super happy about it, because if we consider this working like an 8-hour shift, that means I made about 50 bucks an hour, which is obviously really good. If I average it out on a per item basis like I normally do in my what sold videos, that means I made an average of $20 per item, which is past my typical goal for like my online sales. So amazing. So I'm feeling really good and like a lot more confident going into these markets now, because I feel like I really got like the formula down of like how to make the best value out of it. But I honestly can't take all the credit, because my mom was not only a huge help with just like the setup and takedown, but I have to admit she was honestly an amazing saleswoman and probably the reason why I sold all of my jackets that day, basically. Because normally I don't really like push people that much. Like I feel like the clothes just kind of speak for themselves, you know. If they like it, they're gonna buy it. I'm just gonna sit back. If they have any questions, like I'll be there. But my mom really knew how to like, you know, get people to try things on if they're interested in it, and just like really get them like a step closer to making that purchase. So moving forward, I definitely need to like take a page out of her book and like apply that strategy going forward, because it 100% it totally helped. So a huge success, and I'm honestly feeling like super motivated now. Like I'm ready to make my next jacket, because I only have one left and I have like all these ideas for bucket hats I'm gonna make. So super excited. The next market I think is in September, so hopefully I'll be going to that one. Hopefully you guys will be getting another vlog of that. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.